Now, before diving into this video, just real quick, it was funny because I was doing some research right before this, and it was like everybody was saying the same thing, especially the red pill community. Oh, don't make women the top priority in your life, bro. And honestly, if I'm gonna be real with you, I felt compelled to go that route, but at the last second, I was just like, nah, I can't do it, bro. Hey, look, honestly, I wouldn't be the man who I am today without my wife. Simple as that. And I know I'll probably be casted out of the red pill community for saying that. Oh, Dre, what a simp. Like, how could you say something like that? How could you put a woman on that kind of pedestal? And it's like over the years when I've heard stuff like that, when I've heard things like, oh, don't make love the most important thing. Okay, I get it, but also, how can I not? I mean, besides God, besides my relationship with Christ, a woman, in my mind at least, has always been the ultimate goal, the ultimate prize. I mean, why do we do what we do as men? Why do we go to the gym and work out? So we can look attractive to more women. Why do we want more money and more success? Because that gives you a type of lifestyle that is attractive to women. With money, I can give my wife a beautiful lifestyle. I can treat her like a queen. Call me a weasel, call me a simp, whatever you want to call me, but having a good, loyal woman by your side who treats you like a king, that's it right there, bro. And honestly, I'm literally living this. I really am. And to me right there, that's the grand prize. A good woman. And then on top of that, to build a family with her, raise children with her, heaven on earth. Now, that's not to say that in a relationship you won't have your challenges, but with the right direction, hey, your marriage can be so fruitful, so beautiful. And this right here is what I want for you, my brother. You can literally have this. So let's go ahead and jump right into this with the best relationship advice that no one will ever tell you, kicking it off with number one. You will always find exactly what you are looking for. Now, it's kind of funny because there's these videos that pop up every once in a while that I see of like, these haters, I don't know what you call them, but these guys that make these big, long, dragged out, like 20 to 40 minute videos of why Dre Drexler, why I'm a fraud, and why you should never watch me again. And it's just kind of silly because, I'll go on there for like a couple minutes or so just to kind of get a little laugh, just to kind of get a kick out of it. It's nothing I take serious. But it's just funny because out of all the hundreds of videos I've ever made here on this channel, like how many videos I got, like 200, 300, 400, I don't know. But they'll go through all of them and then they'll look at the one where at 15 minutes and 32 seconds, and Dre Drexler said something, and he totally contradicted himself. See, watch, I'll show you. Because, I'm a human, and sometimes, I'll say things that, doesn't make sense, or I'll make a little mistake, or, it's like that. That's another thing, too. It's a whole nother topic. But it's like, dude, everybody contradicts themselves. Everybody is a hypocrite. You go down, digging, searching deep enough in anybody's lives, and you'll see that they're just a human, bro. But anyways, these types of guys, they'll come in here and they'll create this whole entire video on why Dre Drexler is a complete hypocrite, why you should never watch him ever again. And it's wild because rather than talking about all the good things that I've ever said here on this channel, they'll go in and they'll hone in on that one or two little things that I said that they didn't agree with, and then they'll create a whole army to rise against me. And it's like, hey, if you come onto this channel as a hater, if you're coming here to find something to be mad about, to find where I messed up or contradicted myself, hey, I can promise you're gonna find it, my brother. Like, I'm all kinds of messed up. I'm just as messed up as the next man, if not even worse. And I'm just like you, just trying to figure out this thing called life. So the whole kind of moral of this story here, what I'm trying to get at here is whatever you magnify, you get more of, especially in a relationship. The Bible says, seek and you will find, whether that's good or bad. One thing that Brie and I are so good at is just magnifying each other's strengths, right? Like, even like she'll go to the gym, for instance, like just one time, and then I'll be like, damn, baby, like you're already looking better already. Or like, for instance, say I take out the trash. I do something just as, something so basic and mundane as that. Something that just a husband just should do without even asking, right? And so I'll do that and then I'll come back in and she'll act like I just ran a marathon or something. She'll be like, oh, thanks so much, baby. Like, oh, you're just such an incredible husband. I love you, blah, 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 right? Like totally putting me on a pedestal. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's like when I mess up, then she'll just, she'll play it low key like, ah, that's okay, baby. Like, and she'll just be quick to bypass it, right? And it's sad because in the beginning of relationships, it's all like rose-colored glasses, right? Oh, baby, like they can't see anything but the good things. Oh, baby, you're just so amazing. You're so perfect. You can do no wrong. But then as the months go by, 6 months down the road, 1 year down the road, it's like, where did that go? All of a sudden now it's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. You always do that. You're always nagging at me, pointing out all my flaws. You don't get a person to do what you want by putting them down. You get them to do what you want by praising them, by magnifying their strengths, by celebrating their wins. Why do you think I love taking out the trash for my wife? Because I know she really appreciates it when she celebrates me. So hey, keep your focus on the good. Magnify that. So with that said, now I'm gonna go ahead and kind of switch gears here. Now I'm gonna discuss some things that you need to avoid before entering into a relationship. So number 2, we got avoid the momentum relationship. Now I believe I heard this from Clark Kegley, I think his name is. Now check it out. I had a friend who, eventually he got married, but right before he got married, I sat down with him and I had to talk with him. I said, hey bro, are you sure? Are you sure she is the one? And his response, it wasn't the one I was looking for. And he literally said to me, well, Dre, it's a little too late to go back now. That right there is such a dangerous foundation to build your relationship off of, especially in marriage. Don't let the momentum sweep you away. Oh, we've dated once or twice now, so I guess we're in a relationship. We're in a relationship now. We've been in one for quite a while, so I guess it's time to plan a wedding. The wedding's coming up 3 months away, so I guess we need to start, looking for a house. And then what happens? They get married. 5 years down the road, the momentum fades away. Now they're thinking to themselves, oh my gosh, what have I done? Number 3, compatibility over love. Before you enter into a relationship, you need to first evaluate each other's values. See if they align. Compatibility should always be first priority above everything else, especially love. We've heard the whole saying, opposites attract. No, they don't. Maybe initially in the very beginning, just because you're physically attracted to that person, okay. But then what happens? Looks, physical attraction, all that stuff, every single time it becomes familiar, meaning you get used to it. And then what? A year or two down the road, once you realize how opposite you actually are from each other, you still gonna be attracted? I don't think so. The feeling of love does not equal compatibility. It's so easy to fall in love with somebody, especially if you're like how I was right before I met Bree. I was just so badly always wanting to fall in love, right? Like that was my dream, to find a wife, and I wanted love so badly. So you can't base compatibility off of love. You guys could just, you could go on a date with somebody, and just because the date went perfectly, just because you guys had a really fun, nice night, that doesn't mean much. That does not mean that that person is the one, right? Like you could have just went out and you went to a really nice restaurant that was super romantic. Maybe the chef was just super on that night and he was just cooking up just the most amazing food. Maybe you two were just both in a really good mood that day, right? And then maybe you were drinking, adding a little alcohol to the mix, so therefore that boosted up your mood even that much more. And then on top of that, you had really good service. Maybe you went to a movie after, and that movie was just awesome, just an A+, 2 thumbs upper. And so yeah, because it was just such a wonderful night, you think, oh yeah, she's the one, man. We instantly fell in love. And then all of a sudden you have these feelings of love and all that gushy ooby gooby stuff with a person who you're not even compatible with. And then once you're deep into that relationship, you start noticing, okay, yeah, well, we are total polar opposites, but that's okay, things will get better. Or you start having thoughts like, oh, well, I'm a born-again Christian, she's an atheist, but she'll probably come around. Yeah. Then, what, a year goes by, she's sick of all your Christian values, she cheats because she doesn't have any values. And check this out, this is the exact same thing that happened to one of my good friends. His wife cheated, and then he came to me saying, oh, Andre, where did it go wrong? And it's like, bro, it went wrong before it even started. I told this guy before they got married, I said, hey, I don't think you should be with her. But because, physically, she was perfectly his type, small, petite, he went for it because he was just all googly-eyed after her. But what happened? He had one outlook on life, she had drastically another. And then right away, once they started dating, they started having sex immediately, so that effed up his mind, made him think, oh, this has gotta be true love, right? So then shortly after, they get married, they have a baby, and then she cheats. And it's sad because my friend who is in this marriage, this relationship, he's been trying to mend it for like 2 or 3 years now, and he just can't seem to fix it. She won't go to church with him, she won't give her life to God, she doesn't even know how to be a good wife because she won't follow godly, biblical, traditional standards. And so, hey, it's a relationship that can't be fixed because since the beginning, they were incompatible. And that's what happens. If you guys have completely different standards and you try to be the king, be the man in the relationship, she's gonna go tell you to F yourself. And so the best way to avoid this type of relationship is to find somebody who shares your top most important values. It's funny because you can find someone super hot. You can be super duper attracted to her, but if you guys don't share the same most prioritized values, she'll drive you insane. She'll literally give you hell on earth. So be aware of this. You could literally find someone who's a little less attractive, but hey, she's a good wife to you. You guys share the same exact values. This girl is gonna give you complete heaven on earth, paradise. You'll be in a state of nirvana for the rest of your life. Number 4, don't start a relationship with somebody who is cheating on their partner to be with you. If you're starting off this relationship and the foundation to begin with is cheating in general, you're setting yourself up to be the next man in line. Simple as that. Oh, but Dre, you know, I know she's cheated on her previous boyfriends, but it's not gonna happen with me. This time it's different. We're actually in love. You don't think when times get tough, you don't think when she gets familiar with you, you don't think she'll do it again? Come on, bro. You gotta start using your noggin. The second someone else comes along, another man who's maybe a little bit more charming, maybe he's got a little bit more money, a little bit more success than you, maybe he's a little bit more taller than you, maybe he just connects with your girl a little more, maybe he's a little better looking, because let's face it, there's always gonna be a better man. There is, in some way or another. Whether he's taller than you, has bigger muscles than you, has a little bit more success in his life. Oh no, but Dre, she really loves me, I promise. Bro, that's what the last guy was saying. And she cheated on him to be with you, your dumb ass. I mean, what's gonna happen the moment that you guys start going through some struggles, because you definitely will, and then she starts confiding in the next Joe Schmo at work. Now, hey, look, don't get me wrong, people can change? I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but hey, look, just be aware. If she's literally cheating on her boyfriend or her husband just to be with you, give it time. Be extremely aware. Most of the time, with most women, if they don't have God in their life, more than likely, she's gonna do the same thing to you. And the last one, number 5, love won't save you. Now it's funny because Brie and I, we had a conversation last year about how it's hard because we don't have a lot of friends. I'm talking like friends that are like couples, right? Like we can't go out on like double dates or anything like that really. And it's funny because there was a time when we told each other early on when we were first dating, we would say things like cheesy, cringy stuff like,
all I need is you, baby. That's it.
It's us against the world. And now it's funny because we look back and we realize that, yeah, we love each other. Yeah, we want to, you know, spend the rest of our lives together. But at the same time, like, we're not each other's savior. And it's funny because Hollywood has kind of like embedded this whole idea in our head that like, you know, and they lived happily ever after, right? As if like the two lead characters, like the couple who fell in love, like all they needed was just true love. And that was it. All their problems solved. And hey, check it out, love, yeah, it can solve problems, but it can also create new ones. All of a sudden, your responsibilities go up. All of a sudden, you need to start making a little more income. All of a sudden, you gotta start serving a whole nother person besides yourself. Oh, and you want kids too? Woo, get ready for some chaos, my guy. This is why you need to become your most solid self before you get into a relationship. Be ready for these things. Now, don't get me wrong, love will be the most rewarding thing that you'll ever have in your life, but it'll also be the most demanding thing that you'll ever have in your life. So be ready, my brother, be ready. Now with that said, hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a nice big thumbs up if you did. Hit the notifications button to be informed when I drop a new one. And check out this video right here. It's a powerful, powerful video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace always.